Good Saturday morning, everybody. Family, what's going on out there? We're back here on Sports Chat. We've got Herman. We've got John. John, what's going on,
What
sir?
is the deal, my friend? How are you today?
Doing good, doing good. I got a little stiff neck, but other than that, I'm doing good.
Stiff neck, man. What's wrong with you? You know, is that
And the other day, man, I'm telling you, I felt it coming. I get like spasms, like different parts of my body. My leg lock up. Remember the time my legs was acting up? The same thing. I felt it coming, man. Nothing I could do about it. Just, well,
oh getting old?
yeah. I guess that's what it is, boy. If, I'm telling you, if this is how it is, y'all don't want to get old. I tell you,
Uh,
my goodness, this junk ain't
it's
joke.
the
This
circle of
stuff
life,
ain't
son.
joke.
It's the circle of life.
Circle of life. My good. So what's new in your land? What's going on in
Man,
Michigan?
well, right now there is such uh I checked to see what the Lions tickets. Now here's what's funny about this.
All right.
This is how starved people are in this town for a Lions, for a good Lions team. Tickets are going for over almost close to $300 normal tickets, and it's just like,
Right.
they're talking like the atmosphere tomorrow will rival a Super Bowl atmosphere just from
Really?
one just
Who,
from
who do they play
one
tomorrow?
regular season win. That's how
Who,
bad people want the Lions to win in
who do
this.
they play tomorrow?
They play the Seahawks tomorrow.
Okay.
And so
In Detroit.
yes, it's in
Okay.
Ford Field, and it's they get an opportunity to exact a little revenge on Seattle because it was Seattle's win last year
Right. That kept them out of the
that kept
playoff.
them out of the playoffs. And so
Right.
if
Right.
this team starts 2-0, it's going to be absolute bananas in this city because it really now a 2-0 start for most teams. Okay, we'll take.
Yeah. Right. It's
But
2-0 with 15
but
more games to go.
but for this team in this city, man,
Right.
it's they're gonna start reserving their Super Bowl tickets. So I hope. Listen, I obviously we've talked about this on air and off the air. I've been a bit of a Lions cynic. I think
I
that's
mean, but
that,
but with reason.
but for good reason. Not that I don't
Yeah.
want them to win. I am a fan. I remain a fan. But I tell people all the time that my expectations for the Lions are, and I'm setting the bar extremely low. It's not
Uh-huh.
even, I'm not even seeing conference championships. I'm not even, just win a playoff game.
Playoff game.
That's,
And I think that's great expectation for the Lions.
I don't think
I mean,
anything
any
beyond that.
anything above that would be extraordinary.
Well, yeah, I mean, anything
Extraordinary.
beyond that would be gravy at this point. But
Yeah.
I think the way the NFL is set up, and I think now they're adding this extra uh,
Game.
game.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for you to have been this bad for this long.
Right.
There's no excuse for you for your last playoff win to be 32 years ago.
Right.
That's
And not only that, uh, it's an extra game with an extra playoff team.
exactly. That's what
Yeah,
I'm.
in each conference. Yeah.
You get an additional playoff team this year.
Yep.
There's no excuse. There is no excuse for you to have. There have been teams like the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville that have joined the league
And have
and
playoff
have
wins.
had more success than you. That joined the league. We're expansion teams.
Yeah.
So
The what's name got to the conference final. The
yeah,
Jaguars.
the Panthers made the Super
Panthers went to the Super Bowl. That's right.
twice.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
No excuse. None.
Yeah,
So
it's true. It's true.
but we'll see. You got to take it a game at a time. But I'm not really focusing on anything that they do. They could go 16, 17 and 0. This is and my attitude will be the same. Wake me up when you win a playoff game. That's that.
Wake me up when the should we send a princess to kiss you, or how you
Yeah,
want to be woken
yeah.
up?
I'll be hibernating.
Should we send Michelle to kiss you?
Tell her to come kiss me, wake me up. Because seriously, I'm saying I've, I've been. Here's that thing. Hope is not a strategy. You
Okay.
can hope. I hope that's not a strategy. Now I like what they've done. Now I did get a little jealous when I watched the Eagles the other night, and DeAndre um, Swift had what almost over 200 yards rushing or something.
Almost. Oh, I think one at 189, something like that.
Just like the Lions, they always leave here and go and become super productive
Somewhere else.
and so that's just the Lions way. So
now, so do you think that's because of their system or systems? I mean, because like you say, they leave there, you get plugged into another system and be out of this world.
I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. Which tells you that the player is a good player. He was just in the wrong system.
Correct.
And
so they in other words, they know talent. They just don't keep it around long enough and make it work for them.
Yeah. I forget the name of the tight end that we traded to Minnesota. But I looked at him. He's playing out of his mind. It's just been this proverbial cloud over this organization.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, Matt Stafford, the moment he leaves. I'm not talking about a 2-3 year. The moment he leaves. Not only does he win his first playoff game. He wins the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, you know what I'm saying? And so,
well, and here's the funny part about it, though. Here's the irony of it all, right? So Stafford gets traded to the Rams. You guys get Goff, right? Stafford wins the Super Bowl. Goff is coming, and your hope is just to win a playoff game by an individual who's been to the Super Bowl.
And I think, and I'm cautiously optimistic with Dan Campbell. They seem to really, really respond to him in ways that I haven't seen Lions players respond to a Lions
coach.
So I mean, again, hope is not a strategy. Let me emphasize.
That's true.
But there seems to be at least something on the horizon for this franchise. They've got football people instead of bean counters and financial wizards. They've got real football people that are making football decisions. And their offensive line is noted as one of the better offensive lines in the league right now.
Vital to any football team, from Pee Wee to the pros.
So we'll see. But I can't allow myself to be fully, because I've spent so many nights in Heartbreak Hotel.
Not Heartbreak Hotel. Was you there with Michael? Was you singing it with Michael? What?
Yes. Every version of Heartbreak Hotel I've been to with the Detroit Lions. So you know what I'm saying?
What you know about that? Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about all that.
Listen, I had a standing annual reservation at Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh, not the standing reservation.
Standing. Because you knew at some point
it's going to happen.
The clock was going to strike 12 and they were going to turn back. You just wait for it. So it's just,
It's true. It's true. Speaking of Heartbreak Hotel, what's going on with Mel Tucker, man?
you're the Spartan. You tell me.
Uh, I heard somebody say this morning. Have you ever listened to Dari and Mel on ESPN?
No. Mm-mm.
Their Saturday morning show. They talk about all kinds. Dari says that someone somewhere is not really happy with Mel Tucker and his contract, and so to not have to pay him if they fire him, without because if they fire him because he's losing, then they have to buy him out. But if they fire him with just cause, he gets nothing.
Well, that was a huge spark of controversy, that $95 million contract that
Yeah, and
they
he said, I'm just saying, maybe somewhere in the powers that be, they don't want to pay him, so this is a way to get him out without paying him.
well, they couldn't have did that if he didn't do what he was accused of doing. So
Yeah,
maybe they looked at it like, oh, great, this is our opportunity to get from underneath that massive contract that
right, true.
And because from what I understand, he got that contract and he didn't give any of. I don't know how. I guess the way that college head coach contracts go,
You have to give so much to assistants.
They give so much and right. He didn't give much at all to his assistants, and so there was some bad blood brewing already from that. But I mean, I don't. If that is there, my mother taught me years ago when I was a kid, and this has resonated with me through my entire life. She said, son, don't give somebody a knife to stab you with.
My Lord. Mama Wiley.
Don't give somebody a gun to shoot
you. Don't give it to them.
Don't hand it to them. You handed them the gun with this. And if this is their way to back out of that huge contract, then
what a way to do it.
He gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? He gave it to him. Now he's claiming everything is consensual. Obviously, in this Me Too era, you're foolish.
I mean, and like I said, how dumb could somebody be?
It's so foolish.
Yeah.
In this Me Too era, and you're on tape.
Yeah.
Conversation on tape.
I mean, and in her situation, the woman's situation, you have to be careful with anything you say to her.
Yeah.
Just, based on her background and then what she's doing now, you got to make sure your hello is a good hello.
Let me tell you something. One of the reasons why I love the fact that I get to work from home is because I don't have to deal with a lot of that office. Because you say hi to somebody of the opposite sex can be totally harmless.
Yeah.
But this is sexual, so I just
no doubt.
And he's married. So bro.
Yeah.
Just leave that stuff be.
And then in all honesty, as a Spartan fan, and I felt what's name should have been selected before they even took Mel Tucker, but he kept him on as an assistant, and that's Barnett. So now you'll make him head coach, but you're gonna bring D'Antonio back. What's that?
Now, what role is D'Antonio serving? What is because I know he's
supposedly more like an advisor.
So he'll be coaching next year. Okay. Yeah.
It reminds me of what we church folks do, right? They give you the pastorship, but the other pastor's still at the church.
Yeah. So he'll be wearing the headphones next year.
David says, "Yea, do I walk through the shadow." Yeah,
Well, I'll be
yeah,
honest
boy,
with you.
coach under the shadow of.
Listen, he was he in
I
recent
mean,
memory he was the successful Michigan State.
he's been in East Lansing a long time now. I think he's well due the opportunity, and other program that has been a step ladder, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
for other great
Mm-hmm.
coaches. Right? You get to keep the Spartans at. Let's face it, the Spartans are always going to be a mediocre team, national championship caliber
But they
program
should be.
back in the 50s and 60s. But
But
since then,
I'm
nothing
a,
really.
I'm gonna challenge you on that. They
I
should
challenge me.
they shouldn't be they shouldn't settle for mediocrity. If they stop
Yeah, they
trying,
should, but that's where they've always been.
but my thing is because if and if they stop trying to parallel everything to Michigan and just be who they are, they've got great facilities. Have you been?
Now they do. Yeah.
They've got great facilities. They've got a huge alumni base. They can be a great program. I don't think that there's any reason why the Michigan, and I'm saying this, I don't like them. So it's not
We got this is on tape too, my Lord. Hallelujah.
I, I'm pleading insanity right now, folks. Anybody? But there's no reason why the Spartans can't be in that conversation with Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State in the Big Ten. And now you've got UCLA, USC, Washington, Oregon. And so it's they've got to get their ducks in a row because listen, it's only going to get harder from here on out.
No,
I
it's
think they've
true.
got
It's
the
true.
resources.
It's all about your resources, right? Your facilities count a lot because
Top
let's
notch.
face it, 17, 18, 19-year-olds are fascinated by what they see.
But it's top notch. It's top notch.
Yeah,
It's like
it's up there.
it's top notch. I've seen it. It's top notch. There's no
It's
reason.
up there.
Breslin
It's
Center
not. It,
basketball. They've got beautiful campus.
yeah.
It's.
I mean, yeah. I paid for the Breslin Center. I'm still, but
I'm just saying. There's there's no. I'm not letting them off the hook.
I'll take a star for our basketball program being as good as it
Absolutely.
is. I help them with their facility.
But I think in football, what you saw with Mike D'Antonio,
Yeah,
who would it's probably a good thing that he's coming back because he's um at least in recent years, I don't know the entire history of Michigan State football, but he's been the most successful Michigan
yeah,
State
yeah.
coach.
He definitely had the longest tenure
Yeah, and
of
so
success for sure. And
I
yeah,
think he brings.
outside of George Perlis,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah, D'Antonio for sure.
And I think he brings the proper attitude towards. I don't think it's a bad thing if he
Well, I
went,
think I think prior to it, though, they kind of got tired of him because he was, he started really to smell himself.
but he got results.
Oh yeah, he did. He
You
did.
got a Rose Bowl win. You got
But I
two
tell
Big
you, I
championships.
tell you where we started to go downhill is when what's the name left and went to Pitt. He was our defensive coordinator.
Yeah, but you're gonna lose every successful program
Every program,
loses their top assistants.
no doubt about it.
That's just how it goes. And so, I mean, look at the number of assistants that Nick Saban has lost.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Just a
crazy,
ton of them. But
crazy.
now this year might be a little suspect because they got quarterback issues in
Yeah,
Alabama.
yeah.
But for the most part, he has kept them, in spite of that rotating staff. He
Right,
has kept them
coordinator stuff.
in
Yeah.
elite college
Well,
football.
dude, I just heard this morning on the Dory Mail show they were saying how that regardless to who the coordinator is, they have to run Saban's system.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, he is the head coach. And so I just think with Michigan State, especially if they wind up with D'Antonio back on the sideline, I think it'll be a boost for their program. It'll give him a recruiting leg up, not necessarily
Yeah,
an
yeah,
edge.
yeah. I mean, because here's a way you got, just kind of feel out how he going about it. I
Well,
feel bad for I
he
feel
can
bad for Barnett because he deserves a real chance.
well
But
he can point to multiple Michigan wins. He can point to
yeah,
wins against Ohio State, beating
yeah,
Ohio State in the Big Ten championship,
yeah,
beating
he's done
them.
it.
He
He did
Rose
it.
Bowl,
He
college
he
football player,
had him in the playoffs.
college football player. He
Sure
can
did.
all of that. So, I'm all for it. I don't particularly care, and I don't know if we've talked about this. Um, how do you feel about this expansion?
For the playoffs.
Well, the playoffs and Big
Oh,
Ten
the league
conference
expansion.
conference realignment.
Well, here it is from a guy who's always kind of been a uh, college football traditionalist. But I mean, that's just that's how it was introduced to us. You know what I'm saying? We all know it's about the dollar, right? I just it goes to what you're talking about last week when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys being in the NFC East,
Yeah.
right? And so it was the leagues were always presented to us by region, right? That's how we looked at it, right? Big Ten was Midwestern schools. Pac-10 was Western Pacific, California area. ACC was Atlantic Coast, right? And that's how it was. South SEC. You had the
SWAC.
You had the SWAC, Big 12 and all. So we knew what area you were representing by what the name of your school was. Now it's like crazy, right? And they could have done it back then because it's just a conference thing. It's not. It had nothing to do with territory. It's just a conference thing. So, but there was a pride you kind of had with it, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like, so what? Let's get wherever we can make the money. All the schools are looking to make money from the conferences.
But I guess my point, and I listen. I know we live in a capitalistic society, which I want to get into a lot of politics, but my feelings about a lot of cap. It's when is enough enough? I guess that's just my question. It's just like, okay, they already got more money than they could ever possibly spend. When is enough enough? You have to ruin what?
Yeah, years of great tradition.
But just for money. And it's just like some things shouldn't have a price tag. I guess that's just my philosophy, my feeling on it. Some things should just be like you're looking at. Obviously, I'm thinking selfishly because I thought it was a stretch to go when they went to the Big Ten championship when they created, because everything is just a money grab.
Right.
I've talked about that.
And money grabbing copycat.
It's copycat and money grab. I've talked about that. My hatred for conference tournaments in college basketball.
Correct.
It's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in sports. But that was okay. All right, we're pushing. Now we're looking at a scenario, especially from a Michigan fan.
Right.
You're looking at a scenario where you could possibly play Ohio State 3 times in 1 year.
3 times.
The season-ending game, they could play right a week later in the Big Ten championship, and possibly meet in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I remember when that game meant everything.
It meant the life
And
of the Big Ten.
too, even with Michigan State. Whoever lost that game had to sit on that L for
For the
300.
whole year.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now you got a scenario where they can play again in a week.
Yeah. And like I say, I can live with twice. But that, like you said, that 3-time scenario, that's ridiculous.
I mean, we just missed out on them repeating last year in the national championship game.
Right.
And I don't know, man.
Well, and here's the funny part about it is, uh, they don't care about that, but then they know who they need to generate the money that they
that's
want.
my point. You're
Yeah.
biting the hand that feeds you, and it's just like you don't
Yeah.
want people to not. Certain things just should not have a price tag. That's just my. That's my. I get you want to move, and I hate that I sound like the old "get off my lawn."
Get off my lawn. What are you doing?
But
Where's your pooper scoop?
Something right, right. I almost put a sign in my grass. Look, do not. That's one of the reasons why I don't have a dog is because I don't like cleaning up poop. But anyway, I just think some things are worth protecting, regardless of the financial, because it's not like these people. What's this latest contract that the Big Ten signed with C? It's like a total of like $7 billion. I'm like,
are you talking about the TV?
yeah.
Well, they're no longer with the ABC network. They're
CBS,
mainly CBS and
Fox.
NBC. Yeah. Matter of fact, the Spartan game today against Washington, which we're probably gonna get, our secondary will be tested today with Pennick, is on Peacock, NBC streaming.
Which not there, and that's another business move because now you're trying to force people to subscribe to Peacock.
Correct.
By putting these games
on the streaming.
So much
market. I mean that, and in the next few years, you're gonna see that across the board, and probably NFL too.
Just to get that subscriber count up.
Just get that subscriber count up. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just
what's going on, Lee and Jack? Hey Jackie, what's going on with the Tide? Rolled Tide. What's going on?
They getting rolled,
Jackie, huh?
They got rolled. Tide got rolled last week.
And so it's like I say again, the dollar amount is causing all this uproar. And Matt, so
I mean, no business. I get it. Nobody goes into business to not be profitable. I understand that, but you are profitable 10 billion times over. It's just like, at this point, it's just greed.
Yeah, and my thing is, it was the point of it wasn't broke. It wasn't really broke. No. The only bad part about it was your stupid rules that the NCAA had. Fix those, and you would have been fine.
Yeah, I'm getting off my soapbox.
I mean, because now you had control, and now you don't really have any control. So you're trying to do anything to keep some control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the NCAA is, I don't know. I think it's outdated as a governing body.
Yeah, I mean, any laws, most laws can be amended, can't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got guys athletes that can sign multi-million-dollar NIL deals, but a coach gets suspended because he bought an athlete a hamburger.
Right. Yeah. So here I thought about this, John. I thought about this the other day, right? Because I saw the commercial with Caleb Williams, the Wendy's. He's Wendy, And then I saw the one Kentucky Fried Chicken with
I said, look,
Dion and them, right?
college athletes in
And so look, Dion was sitting at the table, had the whole family right there eating chicken, right? But you can't don't bring that recruit into the family dinner.
make it make sense.
Right.
Make it make sense. And that's the thing. It's like we got all of these inconsistent rules. I don't know. Like I say, I'm getting off my soapbox. We can talk about.
Buckner is getting his chance today, Jack, and we'll see. He's supposed to be a little bit better passer than
he's a
Milroe, but we'll see.
He's a game manager. He's
from Notre Dame, right? Then he transfer in from Notre Dame.
I believe so. And
yeah,
he's more of a traditional type of quarterback that he's not a real playmaker. From what I understand, I haven't seen him play. But.
Right. Well, I heard they got like 4 or 5 quarterbacks, but the other ones are like young, so they'll probably be going within the next year or two.
Now, have you heard the whispers that Nick Saban might be retiring after this year?
No, I haven't heard that, but I figure that's out there.
Yeah,
because he is 75, 76.
Yeah, and it's coming from legitimate sources. It's not just.
What else do you have to prove, really?
Yeah, but the way he's going out, this is not a good. This is not a vintage Alabama team this year. It's not. And Georgia has taken over the SEC.
Yeah.
And if he's okay with going out like that, then he's 7 national championships. The guy's resume is impeccable.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be hard for me to go out with this team. This is.
Well, speaking of going out, what do you think about the Aaron Rodgers injury?
Be
nice now. Be nice.
I'm gonna be as nice as I can possibly be. I'm gonna be as. I'm from Detroit, so NFC. Anybody knows me knows that my disdain for the Packers and for Aaron Rodgers in particular. I think he's one of the most. I'm trying to be nice. Jesus. He's not a
arrogant, cocky.
He's a prick, is what they called him. And for that to happen to him, it felt like karma. It really. 4 plays, Herman. All of this summer, and then did you hear all of this from the Jets? You got guys talking about this might be a historical team, and oh yeah, and we're going to the Super Bowl, and blah 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 blah. And yeah. You got 4, all of that hype, and you got 4 plays out of it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, an Achilles at 40 years old. You might have seen the last.
And really, we're really 41.
Yeah.
Because he's turning 40 this year. So we're talking 41.
Because it's not like, think Kobe Bryant. Never was the same guy.
He was 30, and he was only 34.
Right. Never.
Yeah.
And basketball is not nearly as physically taxing as
and you got to remember too with Kobe had the Achilles and the kneecap.
Yep. So
and I'm telling you right now, now. Oh,
and then guess what? I shudder when I think of this. The Jets gave him $75 million guaranteed.
Was it for 1 year?
Yeah, for 1, and they got 4 plays out of it.
4 plays. Well, he did carry the flag out for the.
That's the highlighted. That's gonna be the 911
the 911 memorial.
And that's going to be the highlight of his Jets career, carrying that
Man,
flag out.
yeah,
Couldn't have happened to a better person, Herman.
You
Couldn't
are
have happened to a
so
better person.
bad.
This
This is John Wiley, folks. This is John Wiley.
He's I take all the money. He's such a disingenuous jerk. I'm gonna sit up there and lie about being vaccinated. Oh, yeah, I was immunized and just don't get me started on Aaron Rodgers. Don't get me started. Don't.
Oh my God. I couldn't even laugh like I wanted to because of my neck. That was hilarious.
I did. I laughed.
No, I'm talking about your comment. I couldn't even laugh at the comment like I wanted. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
Just saying.
Hilarious.
No, it could have happened to a better person. More deserved person.
And while we're on the topic of quarterbacks, let me say this, because I'm tired of the foolery. I understand it. It's been this way forever, but I'm tired of the prejudice that exists when it comes to NFL quarterbacks. Okay. Yes, I understand that Dak Prescott plays for the Dallas Cowboys and all this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
But if Dak Prescott has a game like Josh Allen did Monday night, that's all I'm saying.
Listen,
do we need to go any further, John?
Next
subject.
Listen, he's been the golden boy too, and I remember being on the Bills bandwagon because of him. And it's just like when somebody, and I think Maya Angelou is credited with this quote, but when somebody shows you who they are,
that's who they are.
That's who they are. That's who Josh Allen is. He's a turnover waiting to happen. And I mean, it's just he's got some good moments, but he's just not what he was. The guy that everybody thought would be that counterpart to Patrick Mahomes. Oh God!
And the only reason is the fact that the Buffalo had that playoff game where it went into overtime, but even still, they lost that.
They lost that game.
Right. And so
he played in an AFC.
And so my point is, if a black quarterback loses that game, they don't keep him at that level.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
But we can spend 3 hours talking about.
It's just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous.
Especially
but I mean, I guess it's just facing another reality.
Yeah.
Well, let's deal with this. Matter of fact, because I think it's just pitiful. You see the comments that were made about about the Bills owner, and Jerry Jones even said it something similar. The Bills owner said something about if the black players don't like such and such, let them go back to where they came from.
No, are you serious?
That's what they said.
I think behind closed doors.
Oh yeah, let's not be that.
I'm surprised that he said it publicly, because
and my thing is, it doesn't surprise me because I feel just about all the owners feel that way.
Yeah. Most
at
of
the end of the day,
most of them are like Donald Sterling. It's just that you just don't know. I mean, they had the picture. Jerry Jones was at the protest.
Oh yeah, when they segregated the schools. When
you come up in that kind of environment.
No doubt about it.
I'm supposed to believe it's just all.
I was just there to see what was happening.
Yeah, I mean that's what he grew up in, and I'm not I'm foolish enough to believe Robert Kraft.
And he's in Arkansas too. Come on, man.
I mean, I'm not foolish enough to believe that Robert Kraft and all of those guys who grew up in that era, that's what they believe. Get back.
That's what was instilled in them.
They think, and let me be careful what I say on the air, because there are certain segments of this society that believe that America exclusively belongs to them.
You know, you're absolutely right.
Go back to your. This is a nation of immigrants.
The
We
whole country.
the whole country.
Yeah.
If you're
I
gonna
mean,
with ethic,
you came and took people's land.
I mean, let's. But
You're
that
right.
I'm not surprised by that. I'm not. Again, with the political environment that has been these last 4, 5, 6 years, people have become very comfortable saying these types of things, saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah. Out
That's
loud. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean,
So
and you know, truth be told, as a sports fan, uh, if we knew, like you said, if we knew all the things that owners have said beyond, we
yeah,
wouldn't root for any team.
yeah. I mean, this is it's par for
Yeah,
the. This is what they do. This is
it's what
what
they do.
they believe, and you know, you would be foolish to believe otherwise. That the statement doesn't surprise me. And the fact that he said it publicly, but the statement itself.
Yeah, well, and I'll be honest. I mean, because I've said it about other people who always who are over here in America, but they always talk about where they come from. Well, then you know, if it was that good, why you here?
I mean,
You know, that's like when I was in Michigan, right? If I'm talking, oh, New York State, blah blah blah. Well, then bring your behind back there if it was so great.
yeah. I just think
You know, it's
I,
like you moved to Georgia somewhere, but oh, in Michigan we did. So, okay, well, go on back.
well, I just think people. He showed us what he. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
But nothing will be done to him, though.
know, because it's a culture. It's a like-minded culture. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's
So somebody was saying how they were calling the NFL owners like a mafia.
yeah, yeah.
They said Jerry Jones is the Godfather,
Hmm.
and then
Perfect analogy.
anytime they were saying anytime when owners can fly in and have a meeting on the tarmac,
Sure.
you know they mafia.
I mean, but what do you think? What reason do you have to believe anything different? This
You're
is
right.
they've shown us. This is
It's shown.
so.
I
I'm
mean, just look at Washington's situation, right? Uh, he didn't want to sell that team, Doc.
no,
But
no.
after the pressure got too much for me, it's like, okay, I have to surrender.
But it's just window dressing, because if Roger Goodell, he could you what you gonna do about Bob Kraft? And
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
sweep it under the rug.
Sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, and so look at this. So you have Mel Tucker in his situation, right? Kraft, they know he did what he did, but that nothing said or done about it.
We'll see what happens. But that's it's par for the course. It's nothing I'm surprised by.
Yeah,
Disappointed, yeah.
you know, it's certain things that happen. Why would you even want to come back? You know, like Mel Tucker, why would you even want to come back now?
Well, I mean,
Because other than winning the national championship for Michigan State, why you want to even stay around that environment to know that you're not wanted?
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. That's just how this country.
And then his type allegations mess you up across the board. There's certain things that are very hard to come back from.
Yeah.
That being the big one nowadays
I hope,
for certain people.
I hope he saved his money because
You're right.
he gonna be hard pressed to get a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope he saved his money.
Yeah. I agree with you.
And
I agree with you.
this, brother.
Yeah. That's
You,
that. My
you can forget
exactly.
about it. You can forget about it.
Even assistant jobs. You know what I'm saying?
You can forget about it. I mean, he might have to go the HBCU route. You know that.
But then he's got to really love coaching.
Yeah, because you won't have nearly the resources
That you have now.
I mean, Dion had to pay for the uniforms out of his own pocket.
Matter of fact, last year, he helped when they had the water problem in Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't take showers and stuff. They shut the campus down, everything. So
Unbelievable.
They had to find hotels and stuff to for the teams that were coming in to play them and stuff. And Dion helped pay for the lodging for his team as well as the visiting team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But and then again, that's the stuff people don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, people gave him a hard time.
You're making statements about glasses and hats.
Yeah, I mean, and we can make this another. We can make this. We can talk about this next week, but you know, people gave him a hard time for leaving, but nobody poured into Jackson State and HBU.
Nobody poured into it
as much as he did. He did not leave them high and dry.
He did not.
If anybody was foolish enough to believe that that job was anything more than just a stepping stone, I mean,
exactly. I mean, because
joke's on you.
If I wanted to, I could sit here and cry and say, my coach has won the most national championships, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he used that as a stepping stone.
It was a better opportunity.
I mean, he went to LSU. He did well. Then he win one in LSU too, right?
He did win one in LSU.
Yeah. Then he went to Alabama.
Yep. He went to Miami. He went to the Dolphins.
Right. Then Bama.
And then came back to college and went to Bama. But yeah, I mean, you were foolish to believe that Deion Sanders was going to plant some long-term roots
in Jackson State.
Jackson State. That's just jokes on you if you believe that.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Once thought he was going there to stay. He wants to be an NFL head coach or at least a top-tier college coach. Colorado, don't think he's staying there either.
Oh no.
Y'all all excited, but don't think he's staying there either.
Yeah. No. I don't believe for one second. He's going to
find his way to Florida State.
Somewhere
in the SEC or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality of it.
And more power to him if he does. I wish you all the success. Deion, wherever you are, if you're listening, I wish you all the success.
I have no problem with it.
Go get it done. Go get it done.
Go get it done. I mean, he did what he elevated the program at Jackson State.
Right.
He's in the midst of doing the same thing now. That team won one game last year. They've already
They won more already.
They won one game.
Yes. And matter of fact, you talk about ticket prices earlier.
Yeah.
Do you know
through the roof?
Colorado's average ticket is $517.
It was a great
where the Kansas City Chiefs was like 240 something.
Exactly. It was a great investment for them. I mean, it's gonna hurt when he leaves because I don't think he's there long term.
Remember Mr. T used to say, "I pity the fool."
Pity the fool.
I pity the fool who's got to follow that.
Good luck.
My goodness.
Good luck with that. So
good luck with that. All right. Well, it's 12 o'clock. It's that time for us to get out of here. John, good talking to you, talking to you again. And we'll see you next week, Lord. Well, no, next Saturday we won't be on because I'll be traveling. So we'll see the week after that, Lord willing. All right. So everybody, peace out. Enjoy
right.
the rest of your day and your football day today and tomorrow. Whatever you got going on, God bless you. We love you here on Sports Chat. And we're out.
We're out. Peace.
All right, Lee, Jackie, thanks for your comments, checking in. Everybody that's checked in on us today. We love you all. God bless.
All right, man.
All right, drive safely, God.
Yes, sir.